ओम ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति
ओम ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति
मूर्तिभेद विभागिने
मूर्तिभेदविभागिने
व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय
व्योमवद्व्यक्तदेहाय
दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तम्
वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्।
वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्।
ॐ सहना भवतु।
सहना भवतु।
सहनौ भुनक्तु
सहनौ भुनक्तु।
सह वीर्यं करवावहै
सह वीर्यं करवावहै
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै।
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं
पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं
व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम्।
व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम्।
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम्
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणी भगवती अष्टादशाध्यायिनी
अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्।
अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्।
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः
वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः।
वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति
ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः
पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः
यस्यान्तन्न विदुः सुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः।
तस्मै नमः।
सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते
सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे
सर्वशक्ति
सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते
भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवी दुर्गे देवी नमोऽस्तुते
भयेभ्यस्त्राहि देवी दुर्गे देवी नमोऽस्तुते
रोगान् शेषानपहंसि तुष्टारुष्टातु कामान् सकलानभीष्टान् त्वामाश्रितानान्न विपन्नराणां त्वामाश्रिता यश्रयतां प्रयान्ति सर्वा बाधा प्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरी एवमेव त्वया कार्यम् अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम् सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवी दुर्गे देवी नमोऽस्तुते रोगान् शेषानपहंसि तुष्टारुष्टातु कामान् सकलानभीष्टान् त्वामाश्रितानान्न विपन्नराणां त्वामाश्रिता ह्यश्रयतां प्रयान्ति सर्वा बाधा प्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरी एवमेव त्वया कार्यम् अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम् सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवी दुर्गे देवी नमोऽस्तुते रोगान् शेषानपहंसि तुष्टारुष्टातु कामान् सकलानभीष्टान् त्वामाश्रितानान्न विपन्नराणां त्वामाश्रिता ह्यश्रयतां प्रयान्ति सर्वा बाधा प्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरी एवमेव त्वया कार्यम् अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम्
एवमेव त्वया कार्यम्
अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम्
अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम्
7th chapter, 1st verse. श्रीभगवानुवाच
श्रीभगवानुवाच
मय्यासक्तमनाः पार्थ
मय्यासक्तमनः
पार्थ
योगं युञ्जिन्मदाश्रयः
योगं युञ्जन्मदाश्रयः
असंशयं समग्रं माम्
असंशयं समग्रं
यथा ज्ञास्यसि तच्छृणु
यथा ज्ञास्यसि तच्छृणु
7th chapter. Last time we have seen all details, and what we will see in 7th chapter means 7 to 12th chapter. 1 minute. 3 topic we will see in 7th to 12th chapter, up to 12th chapter. First one is called Ishwarasya Swarupa, nature of Ishvara. Here, second topic is sadhana. It was karma yoga pradhanaha. Here, mano pradhanaha. Actually, we have seen in 6th chapter, but still, when 11th chapter, we will see 10th chapter, then a person can meditate upon these glories, person can meditate upon this Vishwarupa sadhana. And third topic, Bhagwan will emphasize it. In first Shataka, we have seen Uddharedatmanatmanam. But in this means self-effort was emphasized, but here Bhagwan will emphasize without Ishvara Anugraha, self-effort doesn't work enoughly. That's why Ishvara Anugraha is also much more importance in our life. So what we are doing, even japa, even meditation, puja, is we are tapping Ishvara, grace of Ishvara only. That we will see in 7 to 12 verses. Before this first verse starts, Shankaracharya has given a small brief about this first shloka. The last shloka of 6th verse is mentioned here. Yoginam api sarvesham madgatenantaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yo mam same yukta tamo matah. In 46 and 47, in last 6th chapter, we have seen Bhagavan has praised yogi. Yogi means a person who has a vision of oneness is being praised by Ishvara. So in 46th verse, Bhagavan says, yogi tapasvi bhyaha adhikaha. This yogi, one who has a vision of oneness, that person is more exalted than this all finance tapasvi. Same way, this yogi is more exalted than gnani bhyaha api. One who are scholars, one who are panditas, vidvamsaha, all are, this person is more exalted. Karmi bhyacha adhikaha yogi. Even there are many karma kandi. One who knows Agnihotra, different type of karmas, that yogi is much more exalted than this karmihi. That's why Bhagwan says, Tasmat yogi bhava Arjuna. Hey Arjun, Tasmat yogi bhava. You may become a yogi. Having praised these yogis, still in 67th verse, Bhagwan has said, there are many yogis, like one who has tried to get that vision of oneness. Among all these yogi, who is the best? The Bhagwan says, Yaha, a person, Sarvesham yoginam badye, one who is most exalted in all yogis, but a person whose mind is resolved in me. Atmana means with the help of one's own mind. Gatena antaratmana, mat gatena, one who is resolved his mind in me, and one who has shraddha, total trust in me. That person is yukta tamo mata. That person considered is the best according to my contention, my vision. Bhagwan has used this word madgatena, actually is madgatena antaratmana. Antaratmana means his own mind. Madgatena is given to me. Mai gatena is going into me. So what is the meaning of mad? Actually it is mai. When we split samasa, so what is the meaning of mai? Mai is a Vasudevasya putra Mai means Krishna, or Mai is a Ishvara. Who is this Mai? That Arjuna may ask this question, who is the Mai? What is the nature of Mai? The Bhagavan is talking about this Madgatena. This is a seed of question. Having kept this in mind, Bhagavan starts giving the vision. So this Shankaracharya is written in his Bhashya. He says, Yoginam api sarvesham madgatena antaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam same yukta tamo matah. Shankaracharya has written, iti prashna bijam upanyasya. Having created seed of question. Upanyasya means having created prashna bijam. That seed of question, who has created? Swayameva Bhagwan. He himself has created. And he said, Idrusham Madhyam Tattvam. This type of is my nature. Madhyam is my, Tattvam is nature, Idrusham is like this. In which type of? Madgata Antaratmata. That which is resolved in me. Iti etat vivukshuhu. Bhagwan would like to clear what is the meaning of Madgatena. That Bhagwan was to clarify. And for this, Bhagwan start this verse, this chapter also. I have written only Anvaya here, nothing much else. So what is the nature of Krishna? Lord, this is the Prashna Bijam. If what is the meaning of Madgatena? And the first verse is Maya Sakta Manaf Partha Yogam Yunjan Badashrayah Asanshayam Samagram Mam Yatha Gyasyasi Tachrunu. Bhagwan has used one word, Maya Sakta Manaha. This is the description of person. And another is Badashrayah, is also the description of person. Manaha means mind. Mai Asaktaha, one who is total committed to me, is called Maya Saktaha. And Madashrayah means one who is total surrender to me. Such person, Yogam Yunjan, that person is taking to Karma Yoga. That person is giving to Karma Yoga, or that person living a life of Karma Yoga. Then what will that person, that Bhagwan says, Yatha Mam Samagram Gyasyasi. Bhagwan says, Gyasyasi means you will know, This is a future tense. When syasi come, no, the meaning is future tense. You will know. Mam means me. Samagram means totally. Asanshaya means without any doubt. That you will know. That I will tell you. Tat chunu. Bhagwan says that I will tell you. Who am I? Bhagwan now describe oneself. Who Bhagwan is. So this is the Anvaya that I have written. Partha Mai Asakta Manaha Madashrayah Yogam Yunjan. A person, this is the description of a person. Suppose if we say Devadasaha, Devadatta, Devadattaha Maya Sakta Mana Devadattaha Madashraya Devadatta. So this is the qualifying one person. So one whose mind is given to me, one whose mind plus Madashraya, who is surrendered to me. In that person, Yogam Yunjan, that person is having living a life of Karma Yoga. What will happen to them? For such person, Yatha, in which manner, Asanshayam Samagram Mam Gyasyasi. You will come to know that person, Asanshayam, without any doubt. Samagram means totally. Mam means me, Gyasyasi. You will understand, you will know. Tat Shrunu, let you know. Please listen, let you know. This is the Anvaya, and Shankaracharya has given beautiful bhashyam for this. Shankaracharya would like to describe what is the meaning of this word. Maya Sakta Manaha. So he says, Mai, Maya means Mai, Vakshamana Visheshane Parameshware Asaktam Manaha Yasya Saha. Mai means in me. Vakshamana Visheshane. This Bhagwan will describe. Vakshaman means he will describe in future. Visheshane, this adjective for oneself, Bhagwan will tell where. So in this chapter, 7th verse, here, Mai Sarvamidam, where is it here? Mai Sarvamidam Protam Sutre Manigana Iva. This Mai is called Vakshamana because we are seeing now first verse, but in 7th verse, so in future, in this chapter, Bhagwan will tell this word, Mai, that Shankaracharya is mentioning here. He says, Mai Vakshamane Visheshane. This Visheshana, this adjective, will told by Ishvara. And who is this Mai? He says, Parameshwara. Is the Lord himself. Asaktam Manahayasya Saha. One whose mind is totally given to that person is called Maya Sakta Mana. Partha is nothing but is a Sambodhana, vocative case of Partha. Yogam Yunjan also Shankaracharya is described as Yogam Yunjam means Manaha Samadhanam Urvan. One whose mind is totally resolved is called Manah Samadhana. Pujya Swamiji is taken as a Karma Yoga, one who is taking a life of Karma Yoga. Here Shankaracharya is, but Mana Samadhanam is possible only a person is living a life of Karma Yoga. Otherwise, mind cannot be quiet, That's why Shankaracharya has written a meaning of Yogam Yunjan means one whose mind is totally focused. And Madashrayah. Ashrayah means surrender. So Shankaracharya says, Ahameva Parameshwaraha Ashrayah Yasya Saha. I am a Parameshwar, one who is surrendered unto me, that person is called Madashraya. Still, Shankaracharya would like to describe what is the meaning of Maya Saktamanaha. So he has given one paragraph for this word again. Here he would like to explain sadhana sadhya, means and ends. Purva bhaga of Veda is given sadhana and sadhya, means and end. Suppose somebody says, I would like to have a good son. Then they say, can you do putra kameshti? So putra kameshti yagya is called means and N is putra. Somebody says, I would like a good rain in our state. So you say Karini Yagna, you will get end, means rain. So whole Purva part of Veda is nothing but sadhana and sadhya, means and end. That Shankaracharya is written here. Generally, all people are interested in worldly objects from Ishvara. And they use Ishvara as a means, and end generally for them is worldly thing. That Shankaracharya is written here. And we know also there is a one word is coming, earthy. There are people who are interested in Kama Purushartha, one who would like to fulfill whatever desire. That person is called earthy. So Shankaracharya says, Yaha Kashchit earthy. There is somebody person who is earthy, means one who is interested only to fulfill one's own kamya karma. One who is desired only kama purushartha, and that person is living a life of dharma, no problem. So he says purusharthena, with the using of kama purushartha, what that person does, saha tat sadhanam karma agnihotradi. So he used all means like agnihotradi. Another means is tapaha. Other means is danam. Because they say yagna dana tapakarmam pavanani manishina. If you know, in 18th chapter of Gita, it coming. Agnihotradi is called yagya. Tapaha means tapa, different type of penance. Danam is charity. These three things will take you whatever you desire. That's why this person, he says Shankaracharya, he is a earthy, and he does sadhanam karma like Agnihotradi is a means for Swarga. Tapah is also to go another loka. Danam also to be good, to earn a punya. That's why that person is kinchid ashrayam pratipadyate. Here the can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, Swaminiji.
Yes.
Yeah. So generally people use means ashrayam like Agnihotra, Tapaha, Danam for what? So is earthy for any worldly thing. But ayam tu yogi. In second line, Shankaracharya says ayam tu yogi. Means this karma yogi mameva ashrayam pratipadyate hitva anyat sadhanantaram. Generally for bhakta, generally for one who is interested in to know the real nature of oneself or shastra, for such person, means also Ishvara and ends also Ishvara. This is one should be very clear. There are people are there, they say we are praying Ishvara, but our wish is not fulfilled. But generally speaking, people are interested or not in Ishvara. They are Ishwari only interested in either in family matter or only worldly thing. But there, Ayam tu yogi, he says, Mama eva ashrayam. So here the meaning of ashraya means for such person means also Ishvara and ends is also Ishvara. Somebody says, why are you chanting japa? So some person says, maybe punya for punya, but this person says, because I love Ishvara, I have reverence for Ishvara. It's called Mayi Eva Asakta Manaha. That person's mind is totally resolved. Asakta means totally resolved in Mayi, in Ishvara. That person is called Maya Sakta Manaha. Because Mayi is very, very important here because Bhagwan is used Mayi as a Upadan Karana in 7th verse. And you know what is Upadan Karana, but we will see at that time. So, Vaya Sakta, and now Bhagwan will say, I will let you know. Yasya Simil, I will know, I will tell you, I will know you, but in which manner Asanshayam and Samagram, who what I am, that person, Bhagwan says, I will tell you. So what is the meaning of Yaha Tvam Evam Bhutasan? Yaha means a person who is, and who is that person? Bhagwan says, Tvam only. You are that person who Maya Sakta Manaha. You are that person who is Madashrayaha. Evam Bhutaha means you are like that. What adjective I have used for another person, you are like that person. So therefore, Asanshayam means without any doubt, without any, hiding, totally. Samagram, Bhagwan says, Shankaracharya says, the meaning of Samagram means Samastam, totally. Bhagwan says, I will describe you, who am I? So now Shankaracharya is using the word for Ishvara. Who is Ishvara? So he says, Guna Sampanna is endowed with different type of attributes. Which type of? So Vibhuti Guna Sampanna. Ishvara is endowed with a different type of glories. Bala Guna Sampanna. Ishvara is endowed with strength. Shakti, Ishvara is endowed with his power. Aishwarya, Ishvara is endowed with Aishwarya means overlordship. Guna Sampanna, that is mom, that I am. Yatha, Yena Prakarena, in which manner, Gyasyasi, you will know, that I will let you know, I will tell you. So asanshayam, Shankaracharya has written, sanshayam antarena evam eva. Antarena means without. Sanshayam means doubt. Without any doubt, evam eva Bhagwan iti. I will tell you who am I. Tat shrunu uchyamanam maya. Whatever I will tell, you please listen. So first and second verse, even third verse is a stuti of this jnanam. Bhagwan is himself is doing, praise of jnanam, this jnanam. And now in second verse, Bhagwan will tell what I will tell you. So in second verse, Gnanam teham savikyanam idam vakshyamya sheshatah yajgnatva neha bhuyonyat gnatavyam avashishyate. It says there are three types of jnanam. In Sanskritam, it is called Pratyaksham. What is in front of us is called Pratyaksham knowledge. One is Pratyaksham, another is Paroksham, which is in not front of our 5 sense organ. It's called Paroksham. And which is not Pratyaksham, which is not Paroksham, which is always with us, is called Aparoksham. In English, Pratyaksham is called direct. Paroksham is called indirect. And last one is called immediate. Immediate. So here Bhagavan has used 2 words, Gnanam, Savignanam. Literally, Gnanam is knowledge, indirect knowledge. But Bhagavan has separated 2, Gnanam and Savignanam. So what is the meaning? So here, Gnanam is called Paroksha, indirect, what we have right now. But the meaning of Savignanam is called Aparoksha. A person who is really Atmagyani, that person, he knows that whatever is describing here is none other than me. I am that person. It's called Aparoksha Jnanam, and here Bhagavan says Savignanam. But without this Gnanam, we cannot have Savignanam. We can't have Aparoksha Jnanam. So Paroksham is equal to indirect knowledge, and Savignanam is called immediate knowledge. So Bhagavan says here, Vakshyami, again. Vakshyami means I will tell you. Idam means this. Gnanam, Savignanam, Vakshyami. Bhagavan says, I will tell you indirect knowledge and immediate knowledge. I will tell you. Te means to Tubhyam in 4th case. And here is one Asheshataha means without any omission, totally. And if Arjuna asks, having known this, what will happen to me? So Bhagavan has himself praised. He says, Yat Gnatva, having known this, Iha, here na plus Iha. Iha means in this Asmin Janmani, Asmin Loke, Anyat Gnatavyam na avashishyate. There is nakara. There is nothing is left out. Nothing is remain. Having known this, everything as though it is known. That Bhagavan is praised. But let me see first Anvaya and both. So Gnanam teham savignanam idam vakshyame shaishataha. So this is the Anvaya. Aham idam gnanam vignanam asheshataha te vakshyami. Aham means I am, idam means this, gnanam means indirect knowledge, vignanam immediate knowledge, asheshataha without any omission, totally. Te vakshyami tubhyam, I will tell you. Yat gnatva, having known this gnanam, iha, in this earth, anya bhuyaha, again anything else, gnatavyam na avashishyate, nothing will remain to know. Same question, same. Bhuya anyat gnatavyam na avashishyate. In Mundaka, I have quoted 2 Upanishad lines. In Mundaka, it says, Angirasa was Gyani. But to Angiras, Shaunakaha Mahashalaha Angirasam Vidivat Upasannaha Prapacha. Its story like this. Shaunak Rishi went to Angirasa with Vidivat means with all stipulation how to approach Guru. With that stipulation, Shaunakaha went to Angiras Muni Rishi and Papracha. He asked Angirasa, Kasminno Bhagavah Vignate Sarvam Idam Vignatam Bhavati. Having known one thing, how can everything is so known? Vignate Sati Sarvam Idam Vignatam Bhavati. While knowing one thing, how can I know everything? That I would like to know. Same thing in Chandogya Upanishad. This is the quotation of Chandogya Upanishad, 6th chapter. Uddalaka and Shvetaketu. When Shvetaketu came back from the Gurukula Vasa, he became arrogant and he was not behaved properly. So to teach Shvetaketu, Uddalaka asked Shvetaketu, did your Guru, did you teach him one thing? Adesha, did he teach any Upadesha? Then he asked, which type of Upadesha? Then he says, Yena Ashrutam Shrutam Bhavati. Having understood that Upadesha, Ashrutam, which we have not heard, as though we have heard everything. Amatam Matam Bhavati, which we don't know anything. It's matam means contention. It's as though I know everything. And avignatam, vignatam bhavati. If we don't know, but having known one thing, we think now I know everything. Vignatam, vignamtam bhavati. So then our Shvetaketu says, Katham no Bhagavaha. What is that Adeshaha? Katham no Bhagavaha sa Adeshaha bhavati. What is that Upadesha? Here Adesha is not any order, but Adesha means Upadesha. You please let me know what is that Adesha. Same thing Bhagavan says here. Iha anyat gnatavyam nam avashishyate. Having known this, nothing else will remain to know. That knowledge I will let you know. And really speaking, what is that knowledge is nothing, but we should know what is the material cause of whole Jagat. If we know, then everything is known. That Bhagavan would like to teach Arjuna. Says, what will I will tell you is Tacha Mad Vishayam only. Whatever I will going to tell you is nothing but Mad Vishayam. That topic will be mine only, Mad Vishayam. Now it says, Gnanam Teham. So Gnanam is knowledge. But here the knowledge means Paroksha, or we can say indirect knowledge. Right now we all have. Te means Tubhyam, unto you. Aham means Bhagavan says, I myself. Savignanam. So Shankaracharya says, Vignanam Sahitam Swa Anubhava Sanyuktam. Suppose right now we have Vignanam, what? Ishvavasyamidam sarvam. Here nothing but Ishvara is manifestation. Whatever nothing but Ishvara is here, to with whom we are interacting is nothing but Ishvara. But when we interact with other person, we forget this is Ishvara. Our behavior starts differently. So this is not our Svanubhuva Sanyukta. This is not with our experience, what we understood. But our buddhi knows something and our mind react another thing. So here, in my thinking, Gnanam Vignanam Sahitam means our mind and intellect both are one and same. Is called Savignanam. Mind accepts Here everything is Ishwar. It's called Swa Anubhava. Anubhava means experience, but it is not that another experience. Here the meaning of experience means what I know, that I behave. It's called Swa Anubhava Sanyuktam. It's called Vijnana Sahitam. Idam Vakshami. Bhagavan says that I will tell you. Kathaishyami. Same is Kathaishyami means I will tell you. And how? So it says Asheshataha. So here Asheshahata means Katsneyana. Katsneyana. There is somebody asked, what is the long conjugate consonant in Sanskrit language? So this is Karsnya. There is a one word, is called Krishna. Krishna, the meaning is total. But if we ask the nature of Krishna, it's called Karsneya. So if you count, Refa is here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Total 5 consonant is called Karsneyan. So Bhagavan says the meaning was Karsneya is nothing but totally. But this is the longest conjugate consonant in Sanskrit language. Asheshataha means without any baki, according to Pujya Swamiji. Totally, I will let you know. In Shankaracharya is written, Shankaracharya Ishvara himself is just praising this knowledge. Tad gnanam vivakshitam. Ishvara himself would like to, vivakshitam is no, vaktum icham. Here there is a one word will come. I think I forgot to tell you. Here somewhere it has come, no? Vivakshuhu. Vivakshuhu means vaktum ichuhu. One would like to tell vivaktu. Here also vivakshan. Vivakshitam, intended to tell. So tad gnanam is vivakshitam. Bhagavan would like to tell stauti. Bhagavan praises this knowledge. And why? So he says, shrotuhu abhimukhi karanaya. Because Bhagavan would like to create, some rasa, some interest for this gnana. That's why Bhagavan himself is praising. This all advertise is coming in television. Why we are people are advertised? So this is the reason. Shrotuhu darshatuhu darshakaha abhimukhi. We are attracted to that advertisement and they will purchase what is they advertising. Same way here also Bhagavan is doing advertising of that Atma Jnanam or Ishwarasya Gnanam by advertising Shrotuhu Abhimukhi Karanai. Person has created interest, developed interest to know who is Ishvara. That's why. Some may say by knowing this, nothing else to be known. You are not interested. Immediately we ask, what is that Gnana? Because I know very little and I don't know very big. So if I know one thing, everything else I know. That's why is created one akanksha in Shrotas, in listener's mind. That's why Bhagavan himself is praising. And he says now, Yat Gnatva. So meaning of Yat Gnatva means Yat Gnanam Gnatva. Having known this knowledge, this Ishwarasya knowledge, Na iha bhuyaha. Na will come later. Bhuyaha means punaha. Iha, Shankaracharya is not later, but asmin loke, in this earth. Punaha gnatavyam. Gnatavyam means to be known. Like kartavyam, gnatavyam, same to be known. Shankaracharya is written purushartha sadhana. There is no other means to be achieved now. This is the ultimate gnatavyam. Avashishyate. Here, na avashishyate. Nothing will remain. Na avashishyate. And Shankaracharya is written, na avasheshaha bhavati. Nothing is left out. having known this, iti mat tattvagyaha. Bhagavan says, one who knows me. Here, mat is written beautiful. Mat tattvagyaha. Mat. Here, tattva. Yaha means janati. One who knows the truth of mind is called mat tattva, and he is written in this like this way. One who knows me, that person also saha sarvagnaha bhavati. Because one who knows Ishvara, that person is also become Ishvara. Because jivasya ishvarasya na beda, upadhihi beda only. There is a no, in reality there is a no beda. That's why Bhagavan says, yaha mat tattvagyaha bhavati. One who knows the truth of mind, that person also becomes sarvagya. That becomes sarvagya means omniscient. That person becomes omniscient. Iti artha. This is the meaning Bhagavan would like to share with Arjuna. And what Bhagavan would like to convey, Shankaracharya says, ataha vishishta phalatvat. This is the totally unique result. Otherwise, if we know apple is always different from us. If we know any worldly object, it is always different from us. But when we know Ishvara, we become Ishvara. We become one with Ishvara. This is the Durlabha Jnana. Shankaracharya says, this is the rare knowledge. And why this is rare? Vishishta Phalatva. It is a totally unique result. That's why this, having known this Gnanam, that person also become Ishvara. There is no difference. So what is the better than this Jnanam? That's why Bhagavan says, you should know. I will tell you, Vakshyami. And now Bhagavan will tell that there are many people. This third shloka is also very famous. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yatati siddhaye yatatamapi siddhanam kaschinmam vetti tattvataha. The meaning of this verse we will say tomorrow, but there is a one, again we say it is the Arsha Prayoga. Yatati. Yatati means one who is putting effort, who strives for something. Actually, it should be yatate. It is the Atmanepada. But Bhagavan has used, or Vedavyasi has used yatati. But we can't say Vedavyasa doesn't know Vyakarana or Sanskrit. He liked to use this, so he can use it. But he says this is very famous, so we will see tomorrow. Already time is over. Anybody would like to ask? No? You both are very easy, no? Slow. But this is the best thing in Bhashyam is mat gyaha sarvagyaha bhavati. This is the best portion that I love. One who knows me, that person becomes a sarvagya. He becomes omniscient. The phalam of the jnana.
Swaminiji, one question. This commonly arises. The distinction between Brahman and Ishvara, right? Because I've heard some people say that you are Brahman and you can be that, just abide as Brahman, but you can never be Ishvara.
So, it is actually true, because when water knows, in Swarupataha I am H2O. What is the nature of ocean is also H2O. And if this wave knows I am also H2O, but upaditaha bheda, there is a difference between both upadis. Ocean is ocean and wave is wave only. Same way as a at the part of Upadhi, we remain different only. Ishvara is Ishvara only. We can be, that is true. We are Brahman. Even our nature is also consciousness. Ishvara nature is also consciousness. But Upaditaha Vedaha. This is the truth. That's why we should be only surrender to Ishvara.
Because I also remember, Swaminiji, you had a very nice description of this when we were learning Tattva Bodha, I think. You were showing this. Like Ishvara wields Maya, but we don't. You know, we are under the
Control of Maya, yeah.
under the control of Maya.
Yeah.
But then we can say that I am Brahman, I am that, and but
No,
then
but we can say the truth of Ishvara is same. The truth of Ishvara, when a word is there, then Ishvara is Ishwar with that Upadhi. But the truth of Ishvara is consciousness only. Same way, because of this Upadhi, look like a Jiva. But as the truth, I'm conscious. At that level, we are both one and same. But is the Upadhitaya totally opposite. That we have to remember. Ishvara can bless us, Ishvara can have grace on us. This is really totally. We cannot be Ishvara. Definitely. So here in Mundaka also come, there is a one word Sarvagyaha Sarvavit. So he says, what is the difference between Sarvagnaha? So Ishvara is Sarvagnaha, but we are Sarvavit. So in general, we know all jivas are nothing but consciousness. But we don't know that everybody's punya papa. Everybody has their own account that we don't know. How to create a whole world that we don't know. But we only know as a consciousness, they all are same. It is called Sarvavit. But Ishvara is Sarvagna. Like a pot, we know pot is nothing but clay only. But we don't know how to make a pot. Same way, this pot maker knows everything. How to make a pot, and this he also knows everything is pot only, clay only. Both the pot maker, but we know in general. So this knowledge is general, everything is Ishvara. But we cannot become Ishvara.
Yeah. Okay.
Anybody else? So shall we do Purna Mother? Om Purnamadav Purnamadav
Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnamevavashishyate.
Om
Om
Shanti
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 Shanti.
Harihi
Harihi
Om
Om.
Shri
Shri
Gurubhyo
Gurubhyo
Namaha
Namaha.
Harihi
Harihi
Om
Om.